My name is Christy. I'll be helping you. Let me get the door. Have a seat. So my name is Christy. I'm the breastfeeding peer counselor here at the WIC office. I'll be doing a breastfeeding education during your pregnancy and then helping you if you have any problems along the way after you have your baby postpartum period. So let's start with you are in your second trimester. How has your pregnancy been going? Where are you delivering your baby? Have you thought about how you're feeding them? Obviously, you're here with me, so you're getting your options. Now, has anyone explained to you what your body is actually doing? As a person who absolutely hated when people just kept telling me, oh, well, you're pregnant, it's normal. It was not normal for me because it was my first pregnancy, so I wanted to know why things were happening. Is it okay that I share with you what's happening to your body right now and how your body is preparing to feed your baby? Great. Let me start with what is happening visually and inside our breasts. So your first trimester, you probably have they were tender, kind of achy, a little bit sore, but general just discomfort. If you had achy breasts when you had your period, you might have been like, oh, well, that's normal. Second trimester is when we start to see actual visual changes. Let me show you what that looks like. Prior to pregnancy, normally our nipples are still a little fresh colored, and they are not having any noticeable changes. As we go through our pregnancy, our nipples start to get darker. Our nipples start to get a little more stubby. They stick out more than they did before, and they continually get darker until the very end. Now, one of the things you might notice after it's getting darker, areola is getting bigger because, well, it's food and now it's a dinner plate, is that we might have little raised bumps around on our areola. These are really important because these help your baby find the breast. Now, the fact that it's getting darker, babies can only see 6 to 9 inches in front of their face when they're first born, and they can really only see contrast. They don't see colors and depth, things like that, until later on when they're older. So we're making sure that your baby knows how to find their food. So keep that in mind. Now, second trimester is when we also start to have noticeable changes on the inside of our breast. Starting at 20 weeks into your pregnancy, your body starts creating a hormone called prolactin. Prolactin is the hormone that makes milk. Prolactin is stored in your milk glands here in the breast, and they are all connected with milk ducts that all come out the nipple. A great way to visualize this is right now we're sitting here, our boobs are pushed together, nipples are out. When we lay down, they go to the pits. And we are left, I like to call it a donut of truth. So that little firm portion of our breast tissue, obviously when they're squeezed together, they're bigger, they look cooler, but that little donut is where all our mammary tissue is. All of our mammary tissue is connected and tethered to the nipple. So when you use your WIC benefits and you go get a cluster of grapes, you'll notice that the grapes have a very big stem, and that stem is also connected to littler stems, and you have big grapes and little grapes. Very similar to the breast, you have big milk glands and smaller milk glands, but everything is connected. Now, you make milk in your entire breast. Just because this is the part we see doesn't mean that this part is not the part that's also working. 20 weeks into your pregnancy, your body is making the hormone prolactin that's being stored, which is why after 20 weeks, you start noticing the breasts get larger, heavier, feeling fuller. Also at 20 weeks, it's important to know that your baby is learning how to suck on their fingers and suck on their thumbs or bring their hands to their mouth. So your baby is learning some of the things they need to know when they start breastfeeding. Now, obviously, unless you're giving birth to a mermaid or Aquaman, your baby does not learn how to breathe until they're born. But 30 to 33 weeks into your pregnancy, your baby will start swallowing their amniotic fluid, and this is to work their kidneys, which means they're flavoring their soup, but they are not having bowel movements yet. So your baby has learned how to suck and how to swallow, and only after they're born do they learn how to breathe. Similar to drinking out of a cup with a straw. The straw is the nipple. The breast shape changes according to where you are in your lactation journey, but the more you move the milk out of the breast, the more milk your body makes. Nobody likes to have it where it just sits empty, so unless you move the milk out, unless you take the milk out, it's not going to replenish. So drinking out of a straw cup, you're going to put the straw in your mouth, you're going to suck, then you're going to swallow, and you're going to automatically take a breath. Now, I know you might not have noticed, but I did 3 sucks to 1 swallow. That's important because when a baby first latches, initially they will do quick bursts of sucks before they swallow, because you kind of have to learn how to get the milk flowing. We don't walk around dripping milk and spraying milk everywhere. It's kind of like a water hose. You have to unkink it for the milk to flow, then you kink it up and it stops. Do you have any questions for me today about what's going on with your breast during this pregnancy so far? No? Okay, well, the next time I see you, we will talk about latching, positioning, and everything else that goes along with that. Thanks.